This video contains gratuitous use of profanity
and uncomfortable pauses to compensate for lack of professionalism and original thought.
Viewer discretion advised.
Oh shit! Mud shark? You're not a mud shark. You're barely even a fish.
This is a Pink Podcast.
This is fucked up.
Win by Two, they're actually a podcast out of Philadelphia.
Who knows Win by Two Radio?
Where's John Di Caprio? Did he ask about me?
Fuck Carl! He's effectively done in this business. Funny the podcast, catching people like Dr. Mingo.
So I'm a dumb guy.
I'm hoping John Di Caprio is, but...
Take your fucking bra off, Barry!
Like, let me guess, does he attack everyone?
I'm gonna be yelling at him the whole time tonight. Your show sucks!
Ladies and gentlemen, all across this fine world, what the fuck is up, you savages? You sandbagging sons of bitches. What the fuck is up? I am your host, Win by Blade in the Pain Podcast, John Di Caprio. We're gonna have a fucking good time today. What do you say? Let's take the filter off, shall we? Damn. What the fuck is up, you fucking savages? Shout the fuck out. We're here. We're doing it, guys. Holy shit. Holy shit. What a weekend. What a fucking weekend. It's bad, guys. It's bad, guys. This might be the end of Win by Two. This might be my last show. We might just, call it quits now. Shout out to Dan. Nice podcast. Super coming right in. It says, where's the money, Lebowski? Up your mother's ass. How's that? How's that? All these motherfuckers, man. All these motherfuckers. Look, it's so insane. Shout out. Who's coming in? Gray Lobster. Better than Red Lobster, I will like to say. I do prefer Gray Lobster if I am, my 2 cents. It's so insane. This whole weekend. Look, it might be my last show. I mean, ultimately, you guys decide, right? I mean, I can only click go live. If people don't reciprocate the same feelings, the same vibes, you think I'm a scumbag. I've done so many scummy things before, this just adds to my resume of scumbaggery, then, well, you decide no one watches my show and everyone moves on with their lives. you know, we'll see. We'll see if that happens. All I can tell you here today is fuck you. If you're on this high horse, if you're on this type of time where you think you know what's going on, you don't. So go fuck yourself. And all you motherfuckers, I mean, I'm really getting ahead of myself here, but all you motherfuckers, you want to try to knock me down. Really, when it comes down to it, you have no idea what the fuck it is you're talking about. Melton, you're talking out of your fucking ass. You're talking out of your fat fucking cellulitic ass. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Chad's stewing. I saw Chad. Somebody sent me a tweet this morning of Chad. Win by 2 is going live, guys. Let's ostracize him out of the... Well, he didn't use the word ostracize. Let's be real. He doesn't know how to spell or what even that word means. Let's ostracize him out of the community once and for all. You need me to be... You need some sort of blemish on my reputation, right? Because there's nothing. You got nothing, Chad. I mean, what do you say? I'm a weird guy. That's about it. Melton, you say I'm wet. That's all you got. So I know you guys would do the very same thing that I'm being accused of, but go fuck yourselves, because that's not what's happening here. Shout out, grab a drink, grab a smoke. We're going to be doing it here today. Let's fucking get into it. Bow, bow, bow. Shout out. Hi, chat. Welcome in. Sorry for that fiery start here. How's the chat room doing? I don't mean to upset anyone here. Look, I fully understand. If people want to put in their 2 weeks right now, go ahead. I mean, floor is yours. Chat, right now, floor is yours. Anyone care to leave? We will wait. We will wait. Blade is moist, says soft. So, I got no alliances. Good. And so, Raise Veto. Good. It's a hell of a name, by the way.
A mean, vicious.
It's over. Win by 2. NLO going to war. It's. I mean, look, man. This whole thing. So yesterday, I mean, I don't really have. I mean, I have the clip from Melton yesterday. Win by 2K. Yeah, win by 2K. I have the clip from Melton yesterday. I haven't even watched it. I mean, we could watch it here today. I mean, I have it set up so we could go through and I could live react to it. But I mean, I already know what's in there. I already know what's in there. Melton, look, you're a fucking piece of shit. Really, you're a fucking piece of degenerate shit. Every step of the way, bro. Every step of the way, you've lied. You've lied. Not even with just this instance. But every other scenario and situation that's come up around me, you've always lied. You've always been a fucking liar. And that's why I've always despised you for the better part of 2 years. Give or take. Probably a little more, actually. Because you've been a liar. So why would it be any different? Why would it be any different in what it is you're doing now? Right? Again, Chad, look, I know you need this to be true. I know, like everyone, oh, he's going to spin. There's nothing to spin. I don't know what, Chad, I know this, I know you would spin. I know you're constantly living in a spin fantasy. Like you need to always spin every story because that's constantly what you're having to live through. Because your whole entire existence is a lie. And I could probably say the same for Melton. I could probably say the same for Melton. Both of those guys, I mean, they're so fucking pathetic. Chad's 50, going to be 51. Melton's 45, going to be 46. And he's a fat fucking loser. Okay? So, I mean, you guys, I mean, look, Melton, you got the Dabbleverse to cling on to and steel toe, and that's all good and all, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, let's be real, you're a loser with nothing. So I hope the Dabbleverse really makes you happy and fulfills your, insides and makes you joyful at the end of the day. Because really, without that, you're nothing. You're nothing. You're pathetic. You're worthless. You're the shit under my shoe. You can go fuck yourself. Because again, look, you want to portray all these lies and all these different stories. No one knows. No one knows what truly went on. And I hope to get to some of that today. So yesterday, I just want to kind of set up some of the events on how we even got here. So people may know, back in July, Pulper80, who's watched this show and has supported this show for the better part of, I'd say probably 2 years. Well, he wasn't really around in the last year, but I mean, he was watching the show in like 2023, early 2023, and he's been supporting the show, and he came around in July, And basically, out of nowhere, just started ripping the super chats. I mean, one after another. I mean, people who were here, I mean, you remember that. I mean, I was shocked. I think it's the most money I ever made in a fucking show, to be honest with you. So, Pulper 80 comes around and has a request for me at that time. And the request was basically, hey, let's set something up. By the way, we're going to get to some shit too, like people that aren't, what people are leaving out of this whole conversation. We're going to get to everything. I was going to go full scorched earth and just release every DM and every email, but I've since talked to Pulper, which, by the way, no one else has talked to. And this is why Melton's a piece of shit. This is why he's a lying, disingenuous scumbag. Because it wasn't even Pulper making a big stink out of this. And I knew that was the case. This is why this is so fucking retarded that we're even here in the first place. But look, whatever. People want to hear my side of it. Here I am. So I've talked to Pulper, and we'll get to that. But like I said, as of yesterday, I wanted to go full fucking scorched earth, release everything, and show everyone like where and what I was doing, what my headspace was throughout that whole process. But again, I'll just try to set up you got to bear with me too, because I'm kind of going to be all over the place, but I'm going to try to set up like how we even got here. So in July, if you don't know what the fuck is going on, Pulper came in, was basically making it fucking rain cash money in this chat room. I think it was like July 20th or something, and basically wanted to set up some sort of a live meetup / show, I think is the way he pitched it at first. To which I was like, look, man, I mean, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think he was actually like going to go through with it. But he's like, yo, I got like fucking $2,000 for you, if you want to do this whole thing. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, if you got $2,000, yeah, hit my PayPal, I guess. And then sure as shit, I mean, he comes in and, delivers. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to Vegas at some point, this year. So I guess this is what's happening now. I got this $2,000, and, this is what he wants, so whatever. At that point, by the way, I had no idea Pulper was sick. I had no idea he was a dying man. I didn't fleece Pulper out of his money. I didn't go up to Pulper with a handgun and rob him. I didn't even ask for any money. I was just like, sure, if somebody's offering you thousands of dollars when you're doing this sort of thing, you'd be a fucking retard to be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Keep your thousands. I'm okay. I mean, you'd be lying to yourself, Mersh and Chad and Melton and everyone else who wants to clutch their pearls and grandstand, which is actually kind of sick, by the way. You want to use this, this guy's illness. You don't give a shit about Pulper. Go fuck yourself. You're a fucking scumbag. You're a fucking scumbag if you say otherwise. Really. So, they want to make it out to seem like I fleeced him. I conspired this whole conspiracy theory to go fleece him out of his hard-earned money. And that couldn't be further from the truth. This was all one big surprise to me back in July. So July comes, whatever, we're in communication. I get the money on the show, July 20th. You can go back and watch it. The episode's still up. For now, anyway. I don't know. This might be our last show. Some people might get a little too, what they say, triggered. And start doing some funny shit. Who knows? Could be the last time we're doing a show here today. I'm going to take a shot real quick. Let's go a little shot. Sunday morning, guys. Hopefully everyone's celebrating. Look, despite my tone, despite my demeanor here, I'm in a great mood. Again, I got to wake up this morning. Not everyone, there's many people who did not get to wake up this morning. I got to wake up this morning, breathe this fine air, and share this experience with you fine people. For the better part of, 3 years, you've been here supporting Win by 2. You've watched this channel. I mean, people who've been watching the show know. And this is why, look, I appreciate everyone. There's so many people, by the way, I mean, there's so many cool people. I'm not just saying this either, but there's so many cool fucking people in this universe who, before this, I thought were, maybe weird or whatever. Who've reached out to me personally and just like, dude, this is fucked up, or like, I know that's not what you're capable of. I mean, because anyone with a brain cell who's been watching me over time knows that's not what I do. I have a full-time job. I work for a living. I earn my money. I know what it is to have to go out and work for things. Like, I'm not most people. I'm not Chad. I'm not Ray, who just sit around and hope they get their next open mic gig to, score them the $25 or whatever. Cheers, by the way, guys. But yeah, there's a lot of cool fucking people around here. So shout out to you guys, and shout out to Sunday mornings with Win by 2. Stan saying here I was on Dad's show briefly last night for $2. Dad had one of the most fire ass intros to a podcast I've seen. I'm not just saying this because he was basically nut washing me. I mean, he wasn't really nut washing me, let's be real, but I mean, he was just kind of calling it how it is. But I was into it, man. I was laughing. It was funny. Last night, so go check that out if you haven't yet. But what's he saying? Melton jealous you got some of his pulper bucks. And look, at first I'm like, no, maybe that's not the case. I mean, jealousy, look, it seems far-fetched. It seems like a high school thing, a high school trait to have. A immature mindset to have, to be jealous over somebody else making money. Like when somebody else makes money, like I don't give a shit. I try to see what they're doing to see maybe, like how are they making so much money, and how can I make my show better? But it's not like a jealous thing. But it might be true, Dan. It honestly might be true. Like I think you could start throwing around the word gatekeeper around here. I mean, you guys know, Dan, you said it yesterday. Like, I've been around this universe for 2.5 years. I don't play ball with anyone, really. If there's a job opportunity or an opportunity that presents itself for me to make a little bit of money, I may like swallow my ego and pride for a day to try to make that money. But I'm not going to go out of my way to nut wash Patrick or Carl.
Pathetic fucking loser and stupid fucking
or Moody.
bitch.
Like I don't play well with teams, man. So maybe it is a jealous thing. I mean, you would be lying to yourself if you said win by. I mean, this is why it's so insane when I see so many people are like win by 2. Or, who's that guy? Or does that guy even get views? It's like, are you high? Like, are you fucking high or are you retarded? It's one or the other. It's literally one or the other. So it might be a jealous thing, Dan. It might be a gatekeeper thing with these guys. I mean, I don't know. And what's wild is a lot of these guys, thank you for the $2. A lot of these guys, like, they've never really had any sort of success. And Steel Toe Morning Show and the Dabbleverse has brought them their first little bit of success, their first little glimmer of hope to finally make it out of the projects. And it's almost like a greed thing. Like they'll do whatever they can to hold on to it. And they don't want the next guy, you know what I mean, to take that spot or to surpass them. Because I mean, let's be real. I mean, I will surpass Melton. I mean, it's just a numbers game. He's going to be 46 and he's like 400 pounds. I mean, I'm 33. I'm the best shape of my life. So you just do the math there. But anyway, shut up. Aaron the Rafford 2 says, you don't skip a $2 request, so I believe in the 2.
Kudos to Win by 2 Radio.
Thank you, Aaron the Rat. By the way, go check out his mandolin. I think mandolin? Or no, accordion. Sorry, accordion band. He does a Smash Mouth cover band on the weekends. So go check out Aaron the Rat. But anyway, so back to the story at hand. And look, I don't know how long we're going to go. I'm just going to kind of vent here a little bit today. It's going to be kind of an unconventional show, but I feel like it was fitting. I was going to go on last night, but I was working in the morning. I called in the B-Dabbler. I tried to give my side of things. This is why I don't like going on shows, because it's not the way I would necessarily like to relay the information that I have, whether they don't ask the right question. And I'm not knocking B-Dabbler. This is just in general, so I don't like doing most shows. Because I like to just kind of go off wherever the fuck, I want to go. So, I feel like when I go on like a guest show, like they have like assigned questions they want to ask and whatever. So I don't really like going on to read other people's shows. But I was going to go on yesterday, and that's why I wasn't on last night. So people were asking me, hey, where the fuck were you, Blade? Well, I just had prior shit to do, and if I got around to it, I got around to it. But I did it. So here we are. Anyway, thank you for the $2, Aaron the Rat. And anyway, so back at the story at hand. So yeah, July comes around. Pulper makes it rain in this fucking chat room. Basically, yeah, giving, I think the grand total was $2,100 in PayPal. And this is the whole $7,000. See, Melton, you really fucked yourself. And you really got to be, this is not a threat. I'm not threatening you. But you really got to be careful the way, especially when you go after somebody's reputation. You really got to be careful, man. You really got to be fucking careful. Because, I mean, there's so many fucking lies, not even just in your video, but in your description and then on Twitter. So keep doubling down on it. We'll investigate it. I got all the time in the world, man. I'll investigate it. I'll get the best of the best Jew lawyers to go ahead and look at it. And they'll make a decision what they should do. But you fucked up. And you know you fucked up. And you could double down and you could grandstand and you could white knight for pulper. But, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. You know what I mean? Again, when this whole thing came out yesterday, when I didn't even watch the video, I saw the thumbnail and I'm just thinking to myself, at first I'm like, fuck. What's this about? And I was like literally walking into work at that time. And I'm like, it is what it is. And then obviously my phone's like lighting up. But I didn't really, I wasn't really nervous. I wasn't scared. I wasn't, because at the end of the day, I know what my intentions were. And I've proof, verifiable proof, shout out.
Vokerstein just subscribed on YouTube.
Thank you, Vokerstein. And who's this? Gray Lobster gifting 5 win by 2 radio memberships, Chad. I'm telling you, Chad right now is probably seething. Because if this were to happen to Chad, he would basically be, fucked. So he's seething that we're even here making 1 membership, let alone 5 right there in one shot by Gray Lobster. So shout out to Gray Lobster and fuck Chad. He's a piece of shit. He could rot in hell for all I give a shit. Again, kudos to the wonderful Gray Lobster.
Kudos to Win by 2 Radio.
So anyway, I don't even know where I'm just going to be bouncing around, no pun intended, all around here today. So just bear with me here if I just start going off on tangents. Thank you for the subscription, Kierstein. So it's sometime in July, again, Pulper makes it rain. $2,100 in PayPal, probably like another $500-600 in super chats, roughly, give or take. I don't really count the super chats as money toward whatever. The way it was worded was I was going to be like a logistics, like a party planner, essentially, in layman's terms. I was in charge of the logistics alongside with Pulper. Again, this was all in writing. And again, I posed a question yesterday on Twitter. We have to start asking ourselves, well, was there anyone else paid, or was Win by 2 the only one who made out in this situation and the scumbag just took off with the cash? Again, I've been here for 2 times a week for the last 4 months. Again, if I was going to rob somebody, you wouldn't hear from me. You guys are retarded. If I were to rob somebody, I would rob them and be gone. Imagine me robbing the and being like, hey man, I still want to do shows. Can you guys accept me, please? I might rob you next. Do you have a dying relative whose wallet needs to be robbed? Well, dial 1-800-WIN-BY-2.
Kudos to Win by 2 Radio.
So anyway, I don't even know where I was. Oh yeah, so we have to start asking the question, who else received money? And there's multiple other people in this scenario, in this situation. Again, I have verifiable proof. And I just feel like it's not, and look, maybe this might, some people might contradict, or might think I'm contradicting myself, or not being completely honest. I can honestly give 2 fucks. I have the emails. I released 1 email, but I don't like releasing private conversations, because I just feel like that's a breach of privacy. Even though I already did it once, I don't feel good about it. And basically the point I was trying to prove, if you check out Twitter, again, go follow me, Win by 2 over on Twitter, WB2 Radio. The point I was trying to make was that me and Pulper were still in good standing. Basically the last time I talked to him, we were still in good standing and we were still moving on to try to do something to salvage, this thing. So ask yourselves who else received the money, and I'll tell you. So I set it up yesterday. Somebody with a deformity and a fake tough guy, right? Those 2 people, and these are just the 2 people I have documented. I think there's more people who received money. So when you start coming at me and start demanding, I repay the cash. Everyone has to repay the cash if that's the case, right? But Mersh, you won't go after Carl, or Melton, you won't go after Carl, will you? You won't go after whoever, Karmic, right? It's like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? So again, when Dan or myself talks about like a jealousy thing, like this is where like we get that. It's like there's other people involved, but you're just pointing the finger at me. So again, go fuck yourselves. Go fucking fuck yourselves. I could give really two shits about, what Melton is trying to concoct here. Because he's going to try to do the best to try to make this look like some sort of spurg out, or I'm spinning it. I'm just telling you my side of the story, right? And how we've gotten here. So let me try to get back to how we've gotten here. Get on track, Blade. July Pulper comes in, gives us the money. Me and him are in communication for probably like 3 weeks, I'd say. We're trying to, we're back and forth. He was very excited. Again, at the time, you have to remember, I didn't know when I received the money. Again, I didn't ask, nor did I beg or fleece this man down or shoot him or shoot his family to receive this cash. It was just given to me. What a scumbag am I, right? But yeah, basically, I get the cash, and me and him start talking, and he was very excited. I come to learn after I got the money, like probably I want to say maybe 2 weeks after that, he was dealing with some sort of sickness, illness, what have you. And he was very excited about wanting to build a studio. And I would give him what I thought was good suggestions on equipment to buy and what to get, what I thought he should do. And he was very gung-ho about doing this. He wanted me, he was going to basically fly me out, on his own dime. And this is why people are so retarded. Like, you'd think this guy was basically trying to just stash cash into my bank account. So for $2,000, ask yourself, for $2,000, is Win by 2 retarded? Do I seem retarded? I mean, maybe to some people. You might think, well, yeah, that's an easy yes for us. But I'd have to be the dumbest motherfucker to burn somebody for $2,000 when they're just trying to just give me cash every step of the way. You never bite the hand that feeds you. But if I haven't learned anything in this life, that's basically one of the biggest lessons I've learned, is you never bite the hand that feeds you. So we get to, we're in July. He's excited to build this studio. He wants to fly me out. But again, with my schedule at the time and even now, it's very hard for me to just drop everything. And I know, look, to some people who don't have jobs, if you were getting offered thousands, you would be able to do that. But I unfortunately am not just able to drop everything. Like I have to put out, a request to take off. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. It's how it is in the working field. You can't just be like, I'm not going to show up because this guy on the internet who's claiming he's very sick and ill and dying wants to fly me out to Sacramento to chop it up and build a studio. So I'm not going to be here for like 6 days. Catch you next week. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. So anyway, he's very excited about building this studio, and I tell him, like, look, I could maybe try to get out there at some point, but it's going to be tough, and but I'll try. I'll see what I could do, basically, in so many words. And because he wanted to do this before the meetup, which was initially his, I guess, timeline was the end of October. And yeah, I'm just like, in my mind, I don't know if I have to go back and read it word for word, because there's a bunch of emails, but I'm pretty sure even then I was like, is there any way we could push this back just a little bit? Because 2 months to book, and in my mind, because I think the way he initially set this up was, or he pitched it anyway, was wanted to do like some sort of a show, like a comedy show. So in my mind automatically assumes like, hey, okay, we're going to be doing a live podcast, a live comedy show. We're going to be inviting people. It's going to be open, forum. We're going to have to sell tickets, blah, 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 blah. Well, it turns out, and this is the thing that I guess just wasn't, and maybe a lot of it is probably my fault. Maybe some of it's his too. I don't know. But I take a lot of the responsibility with that. Like I should have been more clear. I tried, but I should have kept at it. You know what I mean? Especially dealing with with somebody else's money like this. So, yeah, because it turns out he didn't even want to do like a live event like that. He wanted to do he just basically wanted to meet up. Now, again, the way this was pitched is I was going to be in charge of logistics and setting up the show and reaching out to all these people, which I did. I mean, everyone he told me to reach out to, I mean, I did. I mean, there's DMs to back that up as well. B Dabbler and Sketty Tooth and all these people. Reach out to them. Again, my intentions in this whole thing was to do something. To do some sort of something here. And to, fulfill the duties that were bestowed on me. So we're still talking at this point. It's the end of July, and again, he's very gung-ho about building the studio and, wanting me to fly out there before October so we can meet and, I could help him, like, arrange the studio and what have you. But obviously that never came to fruition. So, and then he also had, like, just ideas he would bounce off me, a bunch. But there was a point in, like, August. I think it was like August 14th, if my memory serves me correct. August 14th, I'd stopped having communication with Pulper. Like, I hadn't heard from him. Now, I could have reached out. I don't think I reached out. But again, I got other shit going on. I mean, no offense, but that's just, you know what I mean? I got other shit going on. I got my show, I got work, I got just a life to live as well. I get it. I have this, $2,000 meetup or show or whatever that I'm responsible for, I guess. But, I don't know exactly all the, details without, without Pulper's word. It's basically up to him, what he wants. It's his event. It's what he wants to do. So I hadn't heard from Pulper from basically August 14th to like September 30th, at which point he tells me, he's basically going to be in Vegas like a week or so, 10 days maybe, October 7th, 8th, and 9th. October 7th, 8th, and 9th. And he was very excited to meet and everything like that. And so at that point, I'm like, listen, man, look, I'll try to, like, get a ball, because at this point, I'm still thinking we're going to do some sort of a comedy show. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll try to get some sort of a room. We'll try to get some sort of a ballroom. And basically, no rooms were available in such short notice. So I asked him, I'm like, listen, can we just push this back a couple weeks if that's cool? I mean, if not, whatever, but, I feel like that would be the best way if you still want to go through with something. Which he said, fine. And that was that. That was basically that. And that was October, I think, 8th, which is the email I released on Twitter. So a couple days go by, and I'm hearing murmurings of people asking me and other people chatting around, oh, this whole Pulper event and Pulper Fest, which, by the way, Melton shit on and denied that he would even go. He turned it down immediately. I guess because I was at the helm. I mean, what a scumbag. He wants a grandstand for Pulper 80, right? He wants to act like this big moral fucking faggot, but he didn't want to go to the event, and he lives 10 minutes down the street. I mean, talk about Melton, you're a fucking scumbag. And you'll get yours, man. You'll get yours. Might not be today, it might not be next week. Who knows? It might be for me, it might not be for me. Who knows? Karma has a funny way of working itself out. So you might be at the top of your game now. You might be fucking rolling around in roast beef sandwiches right now. But I guarantee, man, it's not going to end well for you. Guarantee. Again, that's not a threat. It's a promise. So yeah, I'm hearing people, and I addressed this on a show. I think Mr. Z, and Mr. Z has this clip from maybe 3 weeks ago, 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, where he asked me, hey man, what's going on with this Pulper thing? This Pulper Fest or whatever. And in layman's terms, I'm just, and I said it on that show, I'm just like, look, it just bad communication. I think the expectation of the time, the time frame expectation was just unrealistic. And we're still trying to work towards something. And that has been my goal, to ultimately do something. Now, again, I mentioned I talked to Pulper this morning, which no one else has. But I talked to him. I don't really I don't want to release text messages Let me just make sure I don't have anything else. Okay, good. I don't want to release text messages, but basically in layman's terms, everything's fine. I mean, everything's fine. And all he wanted was to do just basically just a meetup. He just wanted to do like a meetup with 4 or 5, people that he's watched and who's got him through a hard time, I guess, in the last couple of years in this little universe. Couple friends, couple show hosts, B. Dabbler and Carmick and Carl and I think Pat Dixon. He wanted Melton, but again, Melton denied because he was too good for it because Win by 2 was involved. I don't know if you're scared of me, but I don't know what it is with you, man, Melton. But I mean, seriously, get over yourself. So this is what he says to me this morning. Pulper, that is. This is what he says to me this morning. Everything's fine. Everything's all good. I just wanted to do a meetup, and people were trying to basically get, me to turn. And in so many words, that's what I didn't want to do that. Like, I know that's not what your MO is. And that's, again, what I can't tell you how good I felt yesterday. Because despite all this bullshit, now look, the people, Chad's 10 moderators who are basically his only fans, and Melton's like 50 loyal, dedicated fucking simps, are the only ones who are really like trying to like cause up a stir. But most level-headed people, most people who know me, most people who watched me and know what I'm about, know that I'm not only capable of doing something like that, but I just wouldn't do. That's just not what I do. Again, you have to think of everything that was happening. I was being given cash, hand over fist, right? Being offered to be flown out to Vegas for free, put up, transportation paid for, food paid for, building a studio, like all this crazy shit. Why would I ever fuck that up? Why would I ever fuck that up? And again, the people who were like pointing the finger, calling me, a scammer and all this shit, he stole the money. Like, again, maybe that's what you do. Maybe that's how you would handle the situation. But again, I'm not about that. I've never been about that, and I never will be about that. So again, I know, Chad, this pains you. I know, like, you're so fucking pissed, and you're going to do 17 hours worth of coverage on this. That's all fine and good, man. I mean, that's all fine and good. At the end of the day, you have a spotty fucking past. I mean, for the people that are really, like, pointing the finger at me is insane. It's really insane. I mean, again, you got the likes of Chad, who has an arrest record and a criminal record, bigger than fucking Andre the Giant. I mean, it's so long. How long is it? So, I mean, for you to sit there and act like your shit don't stink, who the fuck do you think you are? And again, that's not going to change anything either. People are going to, after this dust settles, people are going to go back to still thinking you're a scut. This isn't going to change anything. You're not going to like gain a couple of my fans and some of my heat. And people are going to be like, yeah, dude, Chad, you were right. Yeah. There might be like one troll, but it's probably, some dude with an alt account anyway. But this isn't going to change anything for you, Chad. You're still going to go back to being a pathetic, short, fat, girlfriendless loser come the end of this. And Melton, again, you have your fucking... You've made your bed, man, and you're gonna have to lie in it. You're gonna have to lie in it. And again, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be this week, this year, 5 years, but it ultimately will happen. And I will celebrate. I will celebrate every second when that day comes. Because again, once you do cross that path, and once you do become, involved in scams and actually beating people, you don't stop. You don't stop. So these people will ultimately fuck themselves again, essentially. And I'll be here. I'll be here to throw a fucking party. So, again, look, bear with me. I'm all over the place. So, basically, as of this morning, everything between me and Pulper, who, again, never made a fuss out of any of this, never went out and badmouthed me, and really, it's a testament to his character. And again, I understand he's going through a lot of shit right now. This is probably the, maybe the last thing he wants to be even dealing with, but maybe this might be the best thing. Maybe this might be, the catapult that makes people interested in coming out to see Pulperfest. And people wanting to line up and punch me in the head because I'm such a fucking piece of shit. Which is fine. I mean, go ahead. I got a big head. I could take a punch. But yeah, I mean, that's basically where we stand now. And, I just found it completely disingenuous. I might get into this Melton clip now. I just found it completely disingenuous to just point the finger at me the entire time when I wasn't the only one who accepted the cash. Your best friend, Carl, also accepted not only cash, but a room and transportation, Carmick, Dixon. Well, let me back up. Carl and Carmick are the only ones I could basically verify. So before you start pointing all the fingers at me, you got to start pointing them elsewhere. Okay? If not, again, it's just completely disingenuous. But that's who you are, right? That's exactly who Patrick Melton is. He's a disingenuous, dishonest fucking prick. And he warps and bends reality to his liking. He might not be necessarily lying, but he's taking the truth right up onto the edge. Right? So I was fully, again, willing and ready to come on air today. And, and I still am in many ways. And I said this to Pulper last night. I reached out to him. I'm like, listen, man, look, whatever you need me to do to make this right, like, I'll do. I was never in it to burn you or to pull some sort of fucking shenanigans. Like, I want to do something. This might sound like a fucking square statement here, but I've never been to Las Vegas. So, what better way to go to Las Vegas, pop my Vegas cherry for the first time, go hang out with, some people that I know, and fulfill Pulper's, one of his wishes, I guess. I don't know. It could be fun. Probably would be fun, I'd imagine. So, again, it just never was my intention to do any nefarious thing. And again, I'm still here. That's what these people don't understand. Like, if I was really going to rob somebody and steal and scam, I wouldn't be here. I'd be gone. So anyway, that's kind of where we sit now. So this is kind of my PSA and my announcement to everybody now who's been grandstanding and who's been covering this. And if you've been invited to this Pulper thing, the invite is still open. The invite is still open, and everyone who has received money from this whole thing and has been invited to this, we're going to definitely try to make something happen. Now, initially, when in the email I said after the holidays, just because I think that's the best course of action. I know Pulper's up against the proverbial clock, so to speak, but I just think before the holidays, it's going to be a nightmare. I mean, maybe we could try to squeeze like a weekend in before. But God willing, hopefully, I mean, maybe we could do something. I just think it would be just best to do it after Christmas. But again, that's, me and him will discuss it. And, everyone who's been invited and has received some sort of compensation to go to this thing, I fully expect you to be there. I fully expect you to be there because, you received the money and you weren't there the first time. So again, keep on pointing the fingers. So yeah, we're gonna continue to try to do something like I mentioned, and whether and if no one else shows up, then it'll just be me and him playing fucking blackjack. That's a fact, Jack. Happy days for $4.99. A viewer flew you out to Vegas and wants the money back and your appearance fee back, right? And well, he didn't. He wanted to fly me out to Vegas, was willing to fly me out to Vegas, and no, didn't want the money back. Never asked once for the money back. It's everyone else pointing. It's all these other fucking pieces of shit. Mersh, Chad, Melton, Moody. Everyone else telling, basically speaking on the behalf of somebody else who didn't basically get to speak at all. Or who they haven't even spoken to. So, I mean, again, the white knighting and the grandstanding, it's so rich. It's so rich coming from these people. So again, here at Win by 2, I think now, so I've made that announcement. We're going to be trying to set something up. So I fully expect anyone who's received any sort of money for this thing, within the next, we'll say 2-ish months, we're going to be doing something in Vegas. Okay? I'll be popping my Vegas cherry. Be Dabbler, I fully expect you to be there. Karmic, Carl, Pat Dixon, Melton, you can go fuck yourself and walk off a cliff for all I give a shit. Even though you live 10 minutes down the down the road. But yeah, so what else was I gonna say? I've completely lost my train of thought. It's all good though. All right, let's read a couple chats here. What are you guys saying? We might be here for another couple minutes here. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like I got everything off my chest, but we'll see. Let's see. I mean, I'd give the cash back. Well, again, I don't know if you haven't heard this whole spiel. The cash was never asked. No one has ever asked me for the cash back. And as of this morning, everything's still a go. So, again, you know, I'm fully ready. Look, if that, and basically I put the ball in his court last night. I mean, I messaged him yesterday. I'm saying, whatever I had to do to make this right, we will do to make this right. And he's like, nah, man, listen, it's all good. This is what I was expecting. This is what I initially wanted. And that's, again, when he basically said, just a meet up with a couple of friends. And, you know, hopefully we can get that done. So that's kind of where we stand now. So I don't know why I would give the cash back. But here at Win by 2, so I think this is we're fully at war. And look, we're not look, this whole, wherever this goes, it's not going to change the fact that we're fully at war with everyone, at everyone. Not that we weren't before, but now this is only going to amplify. This is only going to juice me up. This is only going to make me, harden in my stance. To really, make it my life's mission. Because again, you know what you were doing. You know what you were doing. You were trying to smear and besmirch the great Win by 2 name.
Kudos to Win by 2 Radio.
Now shout out to Win by 2 Radio.
And I won't let that stand. I'm not going to let that stand. And anyone who was involved in doing that, I will be coming after you in some sort of way. And look, this, again, not a threat. I'm not, here to act tough or anything like that. But again, I got my ways. I got my people. And it is what the fuck it is. So just be fully prepared. Be fully fucking prepared for any and everything that comes your way. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. Ahab says, God left him. I don't want to speculate. But again, it just, and I put this out as a tweet. Consider your sources. Check your sources. And look, I could probably practice what I preach in that scenario, before running with a lot of things. So I fully understand, and I'm not here to give anyone a fucking tongue lashing because they just ran with something. But again, the way it was done, and who it was done from, meaning God, it wasn't even pulper, like God didn't send me any money. And then the way it was blown out of proportion, that's what I don't appreciate. And then the lies, the mistruths, and everything else in between. That's what I don't appreciate. Instead of trying to get the full fucking picture, you took a phone call by somebody who had, really nothing to do with this. Let's be real. God had nothing to do with this. Nothing. Just because was or is or together with Paul, it doesn't mean anything. Wasn't her event. He wasn't saying, this is me and God's final wish here on this. No, this was Pulper's thing. God had nothing to do with it. So, look, I get why, I get why you did it. But now I fully expect some sort of either public apology from Patrick and Chad and all these other fucking lunatics, or deleting the video, deleting your tweet. I fully expect that, by the way. I fully expect that, and I won't settle for anything less. I will not settle for anything less. You must delete your video. You must retract your previous statements, besmirching, again, the great Win by 2 name, whose track record has been spotless, including and up to present time. And then and only then will I consider lenience toward you. But if that doesn't happen, we'll see. Let's tussle. Let's dance. Again, I got all the time in the fucking world. We'll see. Let's read a couple more chats. What are this chat saying? I was going to go over this Melton clip, but who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I just say incel read the video. Did she poison Pulper? Maybe. Maybe. I just got a PayPal in. Thank you very much. I don't know if the person wants me to let them know. It was them. You're welcome, Fernum. Fernum is again, if you're listening, this is how you could judge somebody if they're with it, completely with it. If somebody who grifts and scams and tries to beg and plead for the audience to make their nut in every chat room, whether it be chatter or host, and then they're the ones calling out another, and that's kind of always been like a point here at this show. It's like the lack of self-awareness from a lot of these people is kind of alarming, to be honest with you. Is kind of alarming. You go back to Melton covering fat people and Chad calling out scammers. It's like, what are we talking about? Like, you guys do you're that very thing you're calling out. Yeah, but they're also that thing. Oh, okay. Like, I can't, again, I'm not going to, my job here isn't to convince people who aren't wanting to be convinced. My job is just to tell my side of things. You digest it. You're ultimately the audience. And, you guys do what you see fit. If you think that if you think I'm truly capable and a piece of shit and a scumbag and deserve to be, drugged through the mud, then that's what will happen. And it's been a nice run. Kudos to Win by 2 Radio, but sayonara. All right. But if you don't think, and you don't, again, you've watched me for so long, almost 400 episodes. I've never had that sort of thing happen before. So now all of a sudden, Patrick Melton, who's been known to, scam his audience. Let's be real. And the person, a person who basically had no involvement in this whole thing, wants to point the finger and call me out. Again, if that's what you think is the truth, then again, all power to you. All power to you. I'm not here to fight with anyone. I'm not here to sway you in any sort of way. I'm simply telling you my side, and you be the judge. And, the next time we do a show, we'll know where everyone stands, I guess. Chef Closer says St. Jay. I should have really listened to Jay. And I do have to shout out, there was a lot of people, Jay and Soft and many other people close to my camp who, when this whole thing started, they're like, dude, don't even do this. Don't accept this. This money will be tainted. There will be baggage that comes along with this money. And again, I know it's easy to say as an outsider, but when you're receiving thousands, it's hard to turn that down. And I hope people can understand that. And this is just a lesson for me, speaking to my future self. If this situation and scenario ever presents itself ever again in the future, I'll just simply turn it down, because the juice ain't worth the squeeze, right? The juice just simply ain't worth the squeeze. But again, it's hard to turn down in the moment, especially again, when you're not asking for any of it. It's just being thrown at you. So again, Jay, Soft, and everyone else, you guys, Jay was right. We'll take a couple more chats here. What's the chat saying? Dr. Chow, the Mega G, says, you got to see Nep, Pat Dixon, on B Dabbler. He joins and didn't realize the tone. And he shouts out, we're all supposed to go meet him and get a ton of money. Oh, Jesus. Thank you for the, is that 12 months, Dr. Chow? Holy shit. I feel like that should be longer, though. I feel like Dr. Chow's been watching the show for like 6 years. Thank you for 12 months. We'll check that out in here in a second. I was on B Dabbler show yesterday. Again, I was at work and trying to kind of condense everything I've said here today in basically like a 5-minute snippet. So, go check that appearance out, and shout out to B Dabbler in Cardiff and all other. Well, Cardiff's been probably living the last 12 hours in a living hell, essentially. I mean, it's Toronto Blue Jays lost, but B Dabbler, I mean, it was nothing but cool, and that's just like, that's what I can appreciate from a lot of people. That's exactly what I can appreciate. There's two sides to every story. There's two sides to every story, and can just consider the source. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if you take nothing away from today's show, just consider the source. That's it. That's it. And again, there's two sides to every story. Let's see what else we got here. Maybe we'll check out that B Dabbler. Dude will get a contract stating no strings attached. Yeah, that's probably, the next best thing, I guess, is of which there was never any like contract, really, like written contract, but get a contract stating no strings attached. Yeah, where basically, if I receive a lump sum of money stating that I'm not, if nothing happens, or it doesn't go the way you see fit, you can't. But again, it's not, I want to, it's not Pulper's fault. Anyone who's saying fuck Pulper or fuck this, he's been nothing but, I mean, really awesome through this whole thing. And I commend him for that, because it could have been very easy to get wrapped up in the nonsense and just be like, yeah, fuck you. At which point, I would have done whatever he asked me to do. So, I mean, for better or for worse, but he's been nothing but cool. So again, I'm fully ready and willing, and again, put everyone on notice to receive money to go out to Vegas this first time in October. You're going to be going to Vegas. If not, then there will be some sort of video made about you. Shout out to Eva for the 5 gifted. You see that, Chad? Do you see that? Again, this fucking triggers Chad Zumach.
You're not good. Just quit.
This triggers Chad. Again, Chad. And I almost feel his pain. Like, I almost like, yeah, because if this were had happened to Chad. But that's the difference, man. Ask yourself, what's the difference here? Why when I get accused, I'm speaking as if I'm Chad. Why when I get accused, people automatically just seem like that I'm just a liar? Because that is your track record. That is what you do. How don't you get that yet? That is what you do, Chad. You're a liar. You're a fucking degenerate, short liar in size. You lie about everything, so no one knows what to believe. So instead of like trying to get to the truth and like wanting to hear you out, they just go, oh, I'm done with this guy. I'm done. I can't be bothered. There's other shows, there's other hosts that aren't going to lie to me. 1-2 times, sure, we could look past it. But when you're doing it time and time again, that's where people start to be like, you know what? Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. So that's the difference, Chad. That is the difference. Ferdum S3J. Ferdum, I don't know why you're sending me any money, man. By the looks of it and sounds of it, you probably need the money more than I do. I'd say that, but maybe he's going to say something good here. I don't know. We'll see what he says. We'll give Ferdum the treatment we gave Tommy Jordan. We'll give you the rope. You do what you want with it. I'd say this: if you didn't steal the money and the guy says it's cool, have him write it. That way you are in the clear. People believe anything. I have a text message. I mean, literally, we were texting this morning. Now, again, I'm cautious to release, again, Ferdum, I talk a lot of shit on you. And I think it's warranted. Because I think your actions, and again, I don't want to make this about Ferdum, because it's not about Ferdum here today. It's about me. It's always about me. But Ferdum, the way you handle yourself and the way you basically scrub Chad's taint is completely disgusting, and it warrants you being called out, in my opinion. So, but what you're saying is get it in writing. It is in writing. I have it in text messages from this morning at, let's see. And again, I don't want to release. Yesterday, my mindset when I saw this whole thing is fuck everybody, release everything I got to clear my name. But after, upon further review and a good night's rest and a nice meal, nice $2,000 meal, I'm just like, that's not the way. Like, that's not the way to do it. I don't want to betray anyone's trust by releasing any private conversations, whether they want it out there or didn't want it out there. So again, you'd have to understand why I'm hesitant to release text messages. But right here, as of 9:36 this morning, and I basically gave you the, Cliff Notes versions of what was said. So, I mean, look, you could take it over. Look, again, my job here, Fernum, isn't to convince Fernum, isn't to convince anyone else of anything. I'm just simply telling you the events that transpired in the fashion it did in my eyes and in my situation, in my current fucking setup here. But thank you for the $5. And again, if you need to charge that back, we fully understand. Shout out to Gray, again, gifting 5. Count them 5. Win by 2 radio memberships. Shout out to everybody getting one of those gifted memberships. TV's Will Heron. By the way, the next show, whenever that will be, probably sometime, maybe Tuesday, Win by Tuesday, will be members only. So again, if you're not a member, go ahead and get yourself a membership. If not, just simple thank you to everyone who's gifted some memberships here today, because the next show will be members only. So thank you for that. Gray Lobster. Happy Day says, Pulp pays everyone. Melted refuses to go. So he's basically holding the event hostage. Wait. Pulp pays everyone. So Melton refuses to go. So he's basically holding the event. No, I don't think he's holding the event hostage. I don't really necessarily know what you mean by that, to be honest with you. Melton refuses to go. So he's basically... Melton was offered to... Wait.
Vote. Nassau 516 sent $5 on YouTube. As a fan of both you and Melton, can you please be more specific on how Melton scammed his viewers out of money?
In the past, he made claims. He started fan-funded GoFundMes and everything like that, and he made claims how he was going to fulfill promises by going over to traveling out of America to comedy festivals to fulfill certain duties, such as comedy specials and a podcast for basically however many days it was, 30 days or 25 days, 25 podcasts in 25 days. And there was no special. The podcast fell short. I mean, there's a lot of other instances too, man. But, again, I've covered that in past episodes and previous episodes. Maybe next show I could show you. I could show you how Melton has directly scammed his audience in the past. So, but thank you for the $5. Hopefully that answers your question. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. I don't know. But again, I'm not. We'll go into a Melton scam audience watch on the next show. I've done it in past episodes. I don't have anything in front of me, but that is one instance I know. Back to Happy Days. Yeah, Melton refused to. So he was invited to go to this whole thing, and again, didn't want any parts of it. He didn't want. I mean, because he knew I was involved, so that probably rubbed him the wrong way. That I was getting a lump sum of money, and plus I was involved and running this whole thing. So he didn't want to work with me. But then again, when this whole thing, when a little bit of bad info comes out, he is fucking white knighting for somebody who's sick and dying. You know what I mean? It's so ridiculous. It's so see-through. And Melton, you'd be lying to say, oh yeah, look, I give a shit. You don't give a shit. You don't give a shit about Pulper. You don't give a shit about any of it. I mean, quit trying to fucking act like you're on your high horse and you're Mr. fucking moral. You're not. You're a scumbag. You're a scumbag. And look, to this viewer's question here, the $5, and you explain how Melton scammed people out of money, scammed his audience. There's plenty of instances. Just go search net Melton fraud, and you'll find plenty of instances. Trust me. We'll have to do that on another show. Shout out to Real Stevie Lou becoming a member, the realest Stevie Lou, by the way. By the way, Real Stevie Lou, I won a couple people over yesterday by coining the term, the new name, win by 7K. And I gotta say, man, that's stuck with me. So I hope you don't mind if I fully embrace that and start actually calling myself that, change the channel name, reformat, rebrand to win by 7K.
That's a fucking fact.
But I saw you won a lot of people over with that, so thank you. Fernum S3J, I'm telling you from experience that people will believe anything. I was trying to be... So Fernum is trying to tell us that he is very susceptible to bullshit. I was trying to be cool with you. I know about my situation. People lie about it. It's okay. Okay. Well, thank you for trying to be cool. Doesn't change my stance whatsoever. I just don't think you should be going into chat rooms and asking people for money without running it by the host first. So it doesn't change my stance whatsoever. I don't think that's cool. Who what
why sent $5 on YouTube.
Thank you.
Dude, you called Melton a chamo. Why would he want to work with you?
Well, that is true too. Okay, I get that. Okay, when you put it that way, I get it. But it's just goofs, right? It's just goofs. He says he wants to, do the most worst shit, stick Keanu's head in the toilet and do all this, but it's just jokes. It's fucking jokes. We're just joking around. We're just fucking joking around. Right? But see, that's the problem, because when it happens to somebody, it's not cool. But they could do it to other people. But when it happens to them, this is fucked up, and obviously I'm not that thing. Well, if you're not that thing, then who cares? Who fucking gives a shit? Real Stevie Lou for 99 cents. Thank you very much. And did you gift another Win by 2 radio membership? Stevie Lou, ladies and gentlemen, here in the building. Shout out Stevie Lou. Thank you for that. Again, next show will be members only. If there even is an next show. Look, this could be my last show. This could be my last show. The Win by 2 brand and everything like that might be... This might be the end of Win by 2. I don't know. John, your track record for setting up events stinks. Sure. Okay. I'm not even going to argue with that. I can't really even argue with that. All I could say is the Atlantic City event this past February was really out of my control. So people have to, and again, this is people's short attention spans. Shout out.
Unquenchable Fire sent $6 on YouTube. I'm gonna need this back at some point.
I'm gonna need this back. Okay. Everyone's just setting me up. They're just giving me money, and then like after the show, they're like, John didn't pay me back my super chat. What a scumbag. Melton, did you see what John did? Melton's like, yeah, we're going to go after him. We're going to put it. By the way, Melton is the laziest motherfucker in the world. He uses this, every time he makes a thumbnail of me, he uses this same picture. What a fucking lazy motherfucker. What a lazy fucking degenerate motherfucker. I'm going to need this back at some point. What was I even saying though, John? Okay, so yeah, my track record for setting up events. The Atlantic City event, I wasn't in charge of setting up the event. My job duties at that event were to just provide the equipment. This was the first event I was basically in in charge with. You could say I was basically in charge of it. I was co-logistics coordinator. I can add that to my resume. Co-logistics coordinator for Pulper Fest. For Pulper Fest 2025. And it's still probably going to happen. So I don't know, man. But yeah, look, the first one, because I saw a couple people yesterday saying it on Twitter, like, dude, we could say, I think it was Eucal Pineapple. And again, this is a pineapple saying this, so take this with a grain of salt. But Eucal Pineapple comes and he makes this claim. He goes, we can all agree that Win by 2 year of setting up events has been very shitty. And again, I just caution you to remember, it wasn't my job to set up the Atlantic City event. It was Chad's job to set up that event. And he failed miserably. This was basically the first event I was in the first event I was in charge of. But it wasn't really even an event. It was supposed to be just a meetup. So again, go back and watch this entire episode. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions here. Maybe for the next 15 minutes. We'll just kind of take questions from the chat. Quad's daughter's couple, Jesus Christ, as we call it, the Great Abyss. Spooky. Dad doesn't pay child support. He's worse than Chad Zoom. Wow, that's the story you should be covering, Milton. Is Quad father not paying child support, allegedly. I have no idea whether this is true, but I mean, this is coming from his daughter. So I don't picture his daughter lying to us here today. But I mean, these are the things you should be going after. Again, you're going to look like a real fucking idiot, Milton. And this day will come. This day will come. Moody, Melton, Mersh, Chad, and everyone else. You guys are going to look like fucking giant idiots. At the end of all this. Whenever this wraps itself up, you're going to look like giant fucking idiots. And again, it's just, I can't get over. I just really can't get over how rich it is from some of these people to point the finger at me. Did you pay the money back? Coming from Chad. Chad, did you pay Doodle? Hey, Chad, how about this? When you pay Doodle, I'll pay Pulper. Fair? No? Thought so. It's so ridiculous. Cheers, by the way, folks. Oh. I'm having the time of my life here today, though. I will say, so if this is my last show, it's been fucking epic. Chris, ask Chris in the chat. I threw in an event last time. He gave me $9K last. Chris gave me $9,000 last year. I spent $10,000 to throw that magnificent event, Chris. Have you always been such a great guy at Win by Two Radio? I mean, I like to think so. Maybe I haven't. Maybe you don't think I have. I like to think so. MGD says especially Chad. We're not paying back shiz, says Sweaty Tryhard. I'll just say this. When I texted Pulper last night, I was fully ready and willing to pay back. If he was like, listen, man, thank you, but no thanks. I'd like the money back. I'd have been like, all right, man, here's your money back. But again, everyone who was telling me to pay Pulper, again, never talked to Pulper. Pulper never released any public statement. But they're all just expected me to pay him back without even talking to him. So, again, I talked to him and was willing and ready to send him back $2,500. Oh, that's another thing. So, the grand total, I don't think I got to this, but the grand total of everything, it came out to be, I think, $2,500, basically. $2,000 for the logistics and $500 to troll Chad Sumac.
That's a fucking fact.
That is a fucking fact, by the way. Pulper, I don't want to really divulge too much, but Pulper wasn't really. It was out of his control. He couldn't, I don't really know how I want to phrase this. Sending Chad money was out of the question for Pulper. Let's just say that. So what he wanted to do, he gave me money to troll Chad with. Troll Chad, but what I mean by that is to hype up the Vegas trip to try to see if Chad would go to the event. Shout out to Permaseal Finishing.
Permaseal Finishing sent $19.99 on YouTube. Did our boy Chad have any comments on the 500 earmarked specifically to thwart Chad?
No, I mean, I don't even know what that means, but no, he didn't. He didn't. Again, Chad needs to be true so fucking bad. Mel needs to be true so bad. Again, try again, motherfucker. Try again, bitch. Do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do. You won't tarnish the Great Win by Two name. I didn't spend 5 years calling people out, calling people grifters when, there was going to be one day that arose, I was going to receive a lump sum of money without me asking and, become the very thing I've called out. I mean, again, can rational people, really think about this? And you have. So, I mean, but to other people, I mean, seriously, get Melton's fucking cock out of your fucking ass for 1 second of your life. And really think about this rationally. Thank you, Pulper. Did our boy Chad have any comments on the 500 earmark, specifically to thwart Chad? The 500 earmarked? I don't think so. To be honest with you, I do not think so. But thank you, nonetheless, for the $20. This question came into the Kush King for $2. Says, "What's the Mersh Tumblr PDF story about?" Well, you have to go back and watch. I covered that on an episode, but basically, Mersh was caught having a Tumblr and sharing underage pictures on this Tumblr. It was on it came from mershcomedy@gmail.com back in 13 or 14, if my memory shows me correct. So, again, I've covered this in some detail. Mersh has since denied this. He says that, he never had a Tumblr. He says that somebody hacked his Tumblr that he never had. It's so squirrely. SJS Chris, they know more than me. I've covered it in the past, a couple episodes ago. You can check it out. But let's just say this. Usually, and I've always said this, usually where there's smoke, there's fire. So for whatever that's worth. Thank you, Kush King, for the $2. And so anyway, back to Chad. Kush King says, J.E., I hate you. I used to hate J.E. too. But J.E., it turns out, he just wants what's best for everybody. And sometimes he's harsh in his delivery. And it turns a lot of people off right away. But ultimately, J.E.'s not out to deceive you. He's not out to do you wrong. He's just out to basically hold people account. And he wants what's best. I appreciate J.E. The world needs more J.E.'s in my opinion. Actually, I take that back. The world has enough J.E.'s. But nonetheless, so back to chat. So Pulper was basically, it was out of his, he wasn't able to do anything with Chad monetarily. Again, I'll just kind of try to leave it there. I don't want to divulge too many things. So he gave me money to do so, and the next day, I shit you not, and again, I have screenshots to back this up. This is why I'm saying all these things. The next day, or like the day after, Chad goes on in his next show. He goes on a hiatus and takes a 2-week break. So, but Chad, I know Chad released some DMs. Do I have these DMs here? Can I show you something here today? I've played no clips, but I didn't want this to be a clip show. I just wanted to hear, if you guys have questions, I'm here to answer them. I give you my side of the story, and you take that for what it's worth, right? Again, you put my character and my reputation, and you put it to the test. You think I'm capable of this sort of thing? Then what else am I fucking capable of? But if you don't, then, business as usual. What am I looking up? Chad's tweet. See, unfortunately, Chad's blocked me again because he's a pussy. He wants to talk all this shit. Chad, you're a fucking clown ass pussy. You talk all this gangsta shit. All this gangsta shit. All this cash money millionaire shit. But you block me. It's so insane. Where's this? Here's the Pulper. Clearly says, okay, let's see what this is. So Chad thought he had a big scoop yesterday. Here's my DM invite by Pulper80 to me. He clearly says he put Win by 2 in charge of planning the event. John is pure scum, and as much as he piled on others for profit and clout, he needs to be shamed out of every community. He's also been an outside. See, he's saying the quiet part out loud. He's saying the quiet part out loud here. And this is, like, Melton is too smart to say something like this out loud, but this is what all these guys ultimately want. They don't want me around. Because at the end of the day, they know I don't play ball. I don't give a shit about your feelings or about your alliances. I'll come film your next comedy set and post it on my fucking YouTube. I don't give a shit. I'll talk shit on you. Even if you said 5 nice things about me, I'll talk shit on you the next day. I mean, I don't care. I don't care. So that's what really pains Chad at the end of the day. Chad, we should shame Chad out of the community for participating and engaging in not 1, but 2 internet scams. So I think I'll be starting a petition to ostracize Chad Zumock out of the Dabbleverse Hackverse and banning him forever from covering anything happening around the Dabbleverse. I think that's what I'm going to do. Like, stop with, again, he should be ostracized. He should be. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, bro. You're a fucking criminal. You're a fucking alcoholic, girlfriendless, short, stubby, old freak. And again, I know you need this to be true, Chad. I know you need this to be true, Melton. I know you guys need this. Because again, my reputation is spotless. And I know you need it so bad. You need it. But it's not true. It's not what it is, man. It's not what it is. Try again. Try again. You take all these shots, I come back 1,000 times stronger. Keep fucking with me. Keep fucking with me. Go ahead, see where it gets you. See where it gets you. See, I'm at the point now, I don't give a shit. You guys want to play dirty? Gloves are off. Gloves are fucking off. And I see the real motherfuckers out there. I see the people who actually wanted to like actually listen and see what my side of the story was. And I see the people who try to really like try to bury Win by 2. Because that's what it was, a smear job. It's a smear job to try to bury Win by 2. At the end of the day, Doom, Stalin 19, So Thorough Joe Burrow, that's your headline. That's your fucking headline. Smear campaign to try to bury Win by 2. And it didn't work. Because rational thinking humans, they understand that that's not what I'm capable of. That's not ever been my MO. I've never been involved in some sort of scenario like this. So, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what the fuck it is. So try again, Chad. I know it pained you. But Chad thought he had a big own. He thought he got me. Finally. He woke up and Chad probably had like 17 fucking shots of Belvedere when he woke up and saw the news. Finally, yes, Melton. Woohoo! Mind you, this guy shits on Melton every day. Calls Patrick Melton a liar every day. Chad Zumock calls Patrick Melton a liar every single day. Melton puts out something about me, and all of a sudden, Patrick Melton is the all-truthful, all-being wisdom God. So this is what Pulper sent to Chad. And again, Chad thought this was a no. Hey, Chad. So this is from Pulper. From Chad. Hey, Chad, it's Pulper. Want to come to my Vegas party from October 9th to 12th? By the way, Chad, I hate to break the news. This was all going to be to troll you. This was all going to be to troll you. Pulper, actually didn't want you to come because he thought you were good at stand-up or good at podcasting. He wanted to troll you. That's what you're good for, Chad. Get it through your fucking fat skull. That is what you're good for, and nothing else. You're a punching bag. Nothing more, nothing less. Not only to Kevin, not only to people like me and everyone else, literally everybody. That's how people view you. Again, I was given money to basically troll you into coming so we could shit on you in person. Think about that. So again, before you have this whole big own, remember that. Hey, Chad, it's Pulper. Want to come to my Vegas party from October 9th to October 12th? I would pay you for your hotel if you pay for your flight. It's just a laid-back party scene with a couple of friends. No stress. Let me know any way you can. So this was October 7th. So this was like a day before or 2 days before Pulper was going to be there. Now again, I didn't even know at that point. I thought still we were doing a show. This is why, I mean, I have receipts, I have emails and texts from the Venetian and the Wynn trying to like rent out their ballroom because I thought there was going to be like a crowd of at least 50 plus and performers on a stage. If I knew it was just going to be a meetup, you see how stupid this sounds? Do you see how stupid how all this sounds? If it was just going to be a simple 4, 5, 6 person meetup, I would have just gone and be like, all right, guys, come on. We're going to meet up with Pulper, play some blackjack. Come on. And again, I'm again, Doom, everyone else, all your clippers. Should be the clip. Win by 2 issues and puts everyone on notice. Whoever's received money for Pulper Fest 2025, it's still on. And when called upon, you must show up. If not, you will be forced and publicly ridiculed into giving the money back. Fair? That's what happened to me. Chad says, is this really real? I would have with more notice? Oh, I would have with more notice, but I'm going to be back in Ohio. Yeah, sure, Chad. Sure. Actually, no, he was in Ohio at this point because he went on his hiatus like literally that day or maybe the next day. And then he went to Ohio like for the weekend. And then Pulper says, understood, man. I put John Di Caprio in charge of the logistics back in July. So this is what Chad thought was a no. Pulper's confirming he put John in charge. Yeah. Like, yeah. No one ever advised otherwise or challenged you on that point otherwise. You fucking idiot. DiCaprio in charge of the logistics back in July, but I knew the Dabbleverse people are not able to commit, so that is just a nice to have. At any rate, I had always planned to be there with my friends and just invite any comedians I follow to be there if they want. Hope you are well, Pulper. So, again, Chad thought that was a massive own on me. Turns out it couldn't be further from the truth. Swung and miss. Rosen says that might be a different... Right, you never know. That probably might be a different John DiCaprio, to be honest with you. Schedule it for 2027, says Ozone. Well, I would, but I can't for obvious reasons. Blade just handled shipping and receiving, says Jeff Closer. Let's go to our chat room. Shout out to our chat room. All right, does anyone have any more questions for me? I mean, I feel like I've explained everything I needed to explain here today and gave you guys my side of the story. Let me check Twitter one more time. Win by 2 is more of win by 2 stealing. Cool. Let's see. Okay, nothing. So I'm just, if anyone has any questions on my end, I'd be happy to answer those questions. Let's see. We would need more. We would need to interrogate Gob. Yeah, because ultimately, too, look, I don't want to speak out of school here. Since maybe if Pulper never got back to me, maybe I would have spoken recklessly and out of school and all that. But since I've spoken to him this morning, I don't think it's right to speculate over a relationship that he may or may not be relationship problems that he may or may not be going through. Sorry, it's a mouthful. Let's just say this, though. I think ultimately Ga didn't want any of this. She didn't want any of this. Pulper did. And when there was the October 7th through 9th or 10th deadline that, or not even a deadline, but the dates that he was in Vegas came and went, And, you know, it all ultimately was shit, which again, I take full responsibility for. I think she saw an opportunity not only to get back at me, but to get back at him. Now, again, I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong by saying that. But that's just what it seems like to me. It's what it seems like to me. I don't think God was happy with any of this. So she was going to do her power to, you know, make sure somebody heard her. And again, what better guy to run to than Patrick, who does nothing but perpetuate and further myths, mistruths, and lies every step of the way. Every step of the way. And he's done it to me firsthand multiple times. This isn't the first time. Remember, there's a clip here. Let's play this clip. I mean, let us never forget. Patrick Melton is a bona fide, certified liar. He's been doing this for 20 years. Again, he knows how to take the truth right up to the edge of what is and isn't a lie and warp it and bend it to his own liking and reality. Now, this is a clip I made myself. This was Christmas Day, Melton sniping Chad. And basically, in this clip, many people probably have watched, if you've watched my show, you've watched me cover this very thing and Melton's, you know, numerous lies. But this is just one example of probably, I'd say, over 50 of Melton directly lying about me. I mean, this is, if you're doing little lies like this, and I've always said this, what else are you capable of? And we saw this past weekend what Patrick Melton is capable of. And again, gloves are off. So this is full-on war. If you back Win by 2 and you stand with Win by 2 in this whole matter, just understand this. We're at full-on war. We're like Nazi Germany in fucking 1944, man. This is a full-on war. And listen, man, I'm not going to stop until, again, I have either a public apology until these videos and previous posts are either taken down or retracted, or there will be some sort of consequence that these people will have to pay. Let's just leave it there. But this is a direct lie caught in real time from Patrick. One of many that I decided, because I again, consider the source. And maybe that'll be the title of today's episode. Consider the source. Actually, I'm going to change the title. Instead of hide your wallets, because I feel like that's so niggish to write. No offense. We're going to change the title real quick, and then I'll show you guys this clip. Consider the source. And again, right after this, we're going to get out of here, guys. Football's starting here. I'm hungry. If anyone has any other questions, please put it in the chat. And I'll be happy to answer any and all questions come my way. Okay, but this was from Patrick, Christmas of 2023. So this was almost 2 years ago now at this point. Real quick, we have a chat coming in. Says, Deb. It's Deb. Look at that. Deb, you're a member for 20 fucking months? Thank you, Deb. Says, I'm team win by 7K. John is an honorable man. I tried, Deb. I tried my damnedest to practice what I preach, to come on here every time I'm on here, knowing the magnitude of what this all is, and try to relay some sort of a message of, honesty at the end of the day. I don't want to, I'm not in this to deceive anybody. I'm not trying to pull wool over anyone's eyes. I'm not trying to pretend to be something I'm not, or say things I don't believe in, just because it'll go. When I speak upon things,
when I cover certain things, when I say certain things about people, that's how I truly feel in that moment in time. Now, that might change down the line, but in that moment in time, that's how I truly feel. And again, when I started this thing in 2020 during COVID, I never thought this podcast would make a fucking single nickel. I thought, this was just going to be some sort of a hobby for me. This was just going to be, just something that I always wanted to do, never had the time to do. But since COVID happened and the lockdowns and everyone was, shut in their house, what better time to start the thing I always wanted to do than now? So I started it. Never expecting to have an audience, never expecting to break through the algorithm, never expecting to have Deb subscribe for 20 months, never expect to for Permaseal to give me $20 or Eva gifting $5 or, Grey Lobster or Chris's or meet any of these people. In a lot of ways, a lot of this is a dream. And in a lot of, not even a lot of ways, and I don't want to get sentimental here, but it's just the truth. Like I try to say this as many times as I can, or at least as many times as I'm cognizant of it, but I'm very appreciative of what I got. And I built this on my own. I had some help in the beginning. I had co-hosts in the beginning. My brother, my best friend. And they helped me get to the next stage of where I wanted to go. But this has been a grind for 5, coming up on 6 years I've been doing this. And again, ask yourselves, would I piss everything away that I worked for 6 years for a measly $2,000? And if the answer is yes, then you were never a win by 2 person to begin with. And that's fine. You don't have to be. My job, again, isn't to force you to like me. My job is just to cover what I find interesting, tell you my thoughts and opinions of how I view and object and see certain things unfold. And if it resonates with certain people, then, ultimately they come back and watch for more. So, this whole ride has been wild, Deb. So thank you for the, I was going to say 7K, but 20 months. I mean, basically it's like 7K. So thank you, Deb, for that. Shout out to Frenchie Fry 10. This is war 444. Again, I'm not kidding when I'm saying this is, unless there's a public apology made and retractments and everything like that, this is full-on war with everyone. And shout out to Deb gifting a Win by 2 radio membership. Again, remember, thank you, Deb. Thank you, Frenchie Fry. Remember, next show will be members only. So get your memberships. We do. If you're new to this channel and you don't know what the fuck's going on, what's my membership get? 1 show a month, $4.99. You get basically a 5-6 hour show. So basically, you're paying $1 an hour for a show to the members. So thank you, John. Can we see the hamster wheel? If you're not coming back again, what's the hamster wheel? I don't have a hamster wheel. Melton won't be back in the steakhouse. What did I miss? Says Kim Nicholson. Thank God. No other shows make assumptions and run with them. Well, many shows make assumptions and run with them. And that's not what I'm even mad about. Like, that's not my point of contention whatsoever. The whole thing, again, you have to watch back this episode. The reason why I'm furious about this whole thing, one is because you have people white knighting for somebody and something that they didn't even give a shit about, until yesterday, essentially. But now everyone's coming out of their fucking, holes that they live in, and they're pointing the finger and trying to, again, besmirch me. And two, what I'm also most angry about is everybody who's concocted this whole thing, they've never went to the actual source, the person with the funds who paid me and who wanted this whole thing. It was from a secondhand source. Somebody who, again, I believe didn't even want this thing to happen in the first place. So again, you're going to have to watch the episode back if you want, but that's with that being said. Okay, so this is, again, Patrick Melton has been a liar every step of the way. And this was just one of the lies I caught him in about me, not just in general. Like, Melton is a liar in general, but when it comes to me specifically, he does these little warps and bends of reality, and he twists the truth about me. And this is a guy who used to be in my chat room, chatting away, begging for the link. This is when Melton, and again, I know this might be a foreign concept to some people. Patrick only used to get maybe 15, 20 people watching his show. Me too, myself included. I'm not saying I'm some sort of baller at that time. But when Melton had no one, and there was only a few people doing this whole thing in this little universe, Melton literally would reach out, and we talked, believe it or not, and begged to be on my show. Begged to be on my show. Begged for the link in the chat room. Time and time again. And the first instance I knew Melton was a piece of shit, scumbag, loser, was when he lied about that. Again, when he said, imagine me being in the Win by 2 chat. Imagine me begging for the link. You were. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. And it was at that moment I knew this guy's a piece of shit. This guy, if you're willing to lie, something as little as being in a chat room asking for a link, like if you think you're somehow above and beyond that, what else are you willing to lie about? What else are you willing to do? And obviously, we get to see that. We got to see that this past weekend, what he's willing and able to do. So I'm going to show you a clip here, not before I read this Mutic Growl $5 super chat. Says, in the NLO versus Win by 2 World War, I'm Switzerland. Neutral Swiss chocolate bar. And what a giant pussy, Mutic Growl. What a giant... Pick a side, damn it. Swiss chocolate bar in my hand and busy rolling around in hay with tall blondes from the sidelines. You're a giant flake. All this time, Mutic, I thought me and you were like basically right here, Mutic Growl, and then you're going to lay this shit on me? Wow. Thanks, Growl. Thanks. I'm kidding, by the way. I know a lot of you watch Melton. I know a lot of you, find Melton to be entertaining. That's fine. I'm not here to tell you what to watch, who to ostracize. Well, besides chat. I will be starting a petition to ostracize Chad Zumock out of this community once and for all. And, whoa! Permaseal!
Permaseal finishing sent $19.99 on YouTube. This is to you, Chad Zumock. Imagine a dying, I said imagine a man that gave $500. Not to you, but to spite you. Deep, probably too deep for you, Chad.
See that, Chad? You see that? They're spite donoing you now. This is for you, Chad Zumock. Permaseal goes on the right for 20 bills. Which he will not be getting back, by the way. This is a no refund show. I don't know if I made that clear in the past. I'm making it clear now. Anyone who super chats or gets, you will not be receiving your money back. This is for you, Chad Zumock. Imagine a dying, I said, imagine a man that gave $500, not to you, but to spite you. Deep, probably too deep for you, Chad. Fuck you, Chad. At the end of the day, again, I know Chad wanted to use this in hopes to deflect all the heat off him. The fact of the matter is, when I wrap this show up in about 3 minutes, Chad Zumock is still a piece of shit scammer, grifter, loser, short, girlfriendless, faggot, who scams his audience time and time again, who lies to his audience time and time again. Not even just to his audience, but the people who support him the most, and attacks chatters. That will remain a constant by the end of this show. The second thing that will remain a constant is that Patrick Melton is a fat-titted freak with acne and wiping sticks who's got to sit there, who has previously had zero success in his podcasting career up until recently, where he found Steel Toe and was able to boost his numbers a little bit. And now that he's getting 800 viewers, he thinks he's the top dog. That's going to change, Patrick. That's going to change. And again, that's not a threat. That's a promise. That will change. And I think that's what you're scared of. I think that's what you're scared of. That's going to change. I will make that my life's mission until the day that I die. So fuck Patrick and shout out. Who's this? Happy Days gifting 10, count them, 10 Win by 2 radio memberships. Can you believe it, Chad? That's 10. That's 10. You don't even have 10 fucking fans. I just got 10 gifted memberships in one fucking shot. Courtesy of Happy Days. Incredible. In-fucking-credible. Thank you, Happy Days. Thank you, Permaseal. And thank you to everyone else here. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Patrick Mountain. And who's this here? Who's this? Gifting another Win by 2 radio. I mean, it can't stop. It don't stop. It don't. Again, you thought you could take me down. You thought you could stop me. You thought you could disperse me. You thought it all. Try again. Try again. And again, I know what's next. I know what comes from this. Everyone's going to start digging and start like really honing in on every word I said and every action I said. Again, it's up to you to decide ultimately. It's ultimately up to you to decide. I don't know if this is Eva. I hope it's not. Maybe she's got 2 accounts. To Mama Tabion says, courtesy becomes a new Steel Toe member. Shout out. Thank you very much for that.
Kudos to Win by 2 Radio.
That's kind of creepy, but we accept you. Thank you for that. Okay, I leave you guys with this. Again, thank you for allowing me to speak here today. My piece, my side of the story. If anyone has any other questions, email me, winby2radio@gmail.com. Twitter DM me, WB2Radio. My DMs are open. I will have to, and again, it was against most people's better judgment. Some people were asking me and requesting me to take down my DMs, but again, somebody who has to hide and block and take down their DMs is somebody who's guilty of something and somebody who's hiding of something. I have nothing to hide. I try to be as transparent as possible on the show. So, again, if you have any other questions after the show is concluded, you could join our Discord. You can Venmo me. You could Cashapp me, PayPal me, and ask a question. I'll happily get back to you. You could email me, winby2radio@gmail.com. I emphasize the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo because obviously that goes right into my account, and there would be a no refund policy from this point forward. And there's no 30% taken out. And so you could Twitter, we email, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Yeah, there's basically the ways. Or comment on the show. I'll happily get back to you if you have any other questions regarding the matter at hand. And I hope my hope is, well, I will be going to Las Vegas, whether it's before this year's end or at the beginning of next year. I'll document everything. But I will be going to Las Vegas. I'll be making it right with Pulper. And we'll have Pulperfest 2025/2026. And that's what it will be. And again, I challenge everybody who has received a penny from Pulper, who has made the claim that they would come out to Pulperfest, you're now put on notice. Because if you don't go and you don't show, first of all, you didn't show the first time he was there. So again, where's everyone pointing the fingers at them? But it's only me. It's only me, right? Got it. You're now all put on notice. This is my verbal invitation. As logistics manager of Pulperfest 2025, I hereby invite the likes of B. Dabbler, Pat Dixon, Karmic X, Carl Heberger, and Sketty Tooth John, and a couple other people. Okay? So we will figure out a date, whether it's before or after the holidays, maybe before, I don't know, given Pulper's state and condition, and we will get it done. Melton, I fully expect a full apology from you and a retractment from all of your videos and your past and previous comments. Chad, I don't actually give a shit. You can go fuck yourself. We will be signing a petition and creating a petition and signing it to ostracize you from the community. The very community, by the way, what you're sick of. You hate this community so much. Everyone's such losers. But now you're like grandstanding. Got it. You're a fake fucking fraud. And Mersh, who the fuck are you, Mersh? Did you pay him the money back? I don't know, Mersh. Did you get your eyesight fixed? Go fuck yourselves. This is Patrick Mellon. He's always lied about me. He'll continue to lie about me. And watch him flip this whole thing coming up in the near future. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. This is Patrick. Christmas, I think, Day 2023.
Even Win by Two is in Chad's chat taking my side. And Win by Two fantasizes about fake fighting me all the time.
I fantasize about fake fighting Patrick Melton all the time. Ain't that some shit? Do you understand? I mean, I fantasize about Patrick, about fake fighting Patrick. Can you believe it?
Imagine ever saying you're going to walk up to a guy and hit him. I mean, no, you're not. So shut up.
He makes the claim, imagine fantasizing about walking up to a man and hitting him. Again, I never made that claim ever in my life.
Win by Two doesn't like you, but I don't think he wants to fight you. He did. He went and did a show the morning of the AC trip where he was like, I'm on a golf course spitting distance from the Borgata. And when I get done with this, I'm going to pack this up and go right up to Melton.
Hold on. Patrick is actually tweeting right now. They all know better. Let them lie to themselves. Everyone knows what happened at this point. Yeah, I mean, again, Patrick, I do not care whether or not you see what I have to say. I'm not talking to you, Short King. You don't matter. So I guess he's talking to me? Calling me a Short King? No, I'd rather be a Short King than a humpback, fat, diabetes-filled faggot. Hey, I'd rather be... And he calls me short. First of all, I'm above average. But I'd rather be a fucking midget than being a sloppy, neck-bearded, fat, out-of-it, lying faggot. You're a fucking gatekeeper. You're a piece of shit. And again, you will face consequences. I don't know. Legal, civil, verbal. I don't know what yet. It's all up in the air. It might get fucking nuts, Melton. He comes at this like he's fucking ivory tower as if he has some sort of high ground. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourself, Melton. You're a piece of fucking trash. You turned down this very event that you're now grandstanding for, that you have no idea what it is you're talking about. So now he's doing ad hominem attacks, calling me short. Funny. I'm laughing. I'm fucking laughing. This guy's been a comic for 30 plus years. The best attack he has is I'm short. Haven't you said that already? Did you call me a pen dispenser 2 years ago? Jesus Christ. If I haven't proved anything here today, I hope I prove to you Patrick Melton is a disingenuous faggot. Suck my dick. Actually, you might enjoy it, actually. So don't suck my dick. Go fuck yourself, Melton. Go fuck yourself. Again, I don't know when it will be. I don't know when you'll face consequences. I don't know when you'll face your karma, but you will. You know it. You know it. You're not dumb. You might be stupid, but you're not dumb. And I know deep down inside, you know what you're doing. You know exactly what the fuck it is you're doing. We watch it time and time again. Dude. So again, I know you need this to be true. You need to take down Win by Two. But the people have spoken here today. Now look, maybe it was just a today thing. Maybe people are fired up here today. I guess we'll see on the next show. I guess we'll see if Win by Two comes back. I guess we'll see if people have to dig through every part of my life to see if there's anything wrong and anything that I did. But if that's what it takes, then so be it, man. Then so be it. It's been a fun fucking ride. It's been a fun ride. But again, you're resorting to tactics that, really, really scummy shit. So go fuck yourself. Really. So again, we've showed Melton lie time and time again. And we'll show you again here, right here, Christmas Day 2023, claiming that I want to fight him. Never wanted to fight him. Never said I'd punch him. Never said I'd hit him. Let's watch.
So shut up. Win by Two doesn't like you, but I don't think he wants to fight you. He did. He went and did a show the morning of the AC trip where he was like, I'm on a golf course spitting distance from the Borgata.
See, again, this is what Melton does. That part was true. I did say that. But then this is how he warps and bends reality.
And when I get done with this, I'm going to pack this up and go right up to Melton and fight him. I'm going to hit him. He did. He said that on the air. Somebody sent it to me.
I hope you guys are prepared. I'm going to walk right in, take a beeline right to fucking Melton, and just film him.
Say what?
I hope you guys are prepared. I'm going to walk right in, take a beeline right to fucking Melton, and just film them.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. And this little piggy had none. And this little piggy went wee.
By the way, shout out to Coach Garrett F. Says, I remember the golf course stream was fire. Anyway, I could go on. I could show you clip after clip after clip of Melton being a lying scumbag. Again, Melton, at the end of the day, it's not going to change the way people feel about you, about me. At the end of the day, you have to ultimately lie your stupid, fat, greasy, pimpled, filled head on the pillow at night and have to sleep with yourself. And I know at the end of the day, you're an unhappy guy. And it's fine, man. Look, I get it. I get what you do. That I'm not mad at. That's not what I'm even mad at. I get it. But now that this whole thing has been brought to light, the best way that it could, anyway. Again, look, if it really comes down to it, I'll release I don't want to go down that route. I'm not Keanu. I don't like just like releasing all of my private conversations. They're private for a reason. If they were meant to be on air, they were going to be on air. But if it like really, if it really comes down to it, I mean, I will. And there's nothing I'm hiding. I'm here. I'm right here. So again, keep calling me short. Keep saying this. Keep saying that. Whatever else you got to do. Chad, keep, wanting to pound your fist into the sand and ostracize me from the... It's not going to happen. Nice try. You guys fucking failed. Go fuck yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not ladies and gentlemen. Go fuck yourself, Chad. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Chad, by the way. You guys are amazing. Fuck you, Chad. Fuck you, Melton. Suck my giant fucking dick. And enjoy it. And again, everyone who I invited to Pulperfest, I hope to see you there. I hope all you white knight grandstanding faggots show up to Pulperfest. I will announce a date soon, and we'll be at Pulperfest. If not, you're all scumbags, according to Melton, according to Patrick. So I hope to see you there. Thank you to everyone here today's chat for allowing me to speak and for hearing my side. I know what's to come next. I know what's coming next in all of this. I know how this all plays out. So be prepared. We're not done. The war has just begun. Stay black, my friends.
Now,